This tension is rising so thick we just might choke. But if we keep moving, it ain't us that's gonna wind up broke. Some people might think we're crazy, but crazy is all we've known. It's probably that they just ain't ready. That's why they're going up in smoke. We're giving this all we've got. We're taking our only shot. On a tightrope, we're surviving. Yeah. Trying to make it to a new horizon. This moment feels so cutthroat. So cutthroat. So cutthroat. The stakes get so much higher when it's so late on the line, but we don't feel no fear.
Good evening, and welcome to the SoCal Cyber Cup Awards ceremony. I'm Lillian Maestas, the STEM chair at NDIA San Diego chapter, and I'm thrilled to be here this evening to recognize the 16 SoCal Cyber Cup teams that participated in the final challenge earlier today. The finals, just like this awards ceremony, are quite different from the past 10 years we have held this challenge. Now, I know we've all been experiencing a different way of life over the past couple of months, and that's why I'm thrilled to be here with my team of organizers, National University and Centec Global. In early March, during the qualification round, us organizers, we were faced with the prospect of canceling the event. As each day passed, then hour by hour, the guidance from the federal, state, and local government was saying not to gather, and then we had to stay at home. Well, we went straight to work to see what was possible, and with some extra cycles, and not only by us organizers, by the coaches, students, and parents as well, we figured out a way to continue and complete the event. So on behalf of us organizers, NDIA, National University, and Centec Global, we welcome the 16 finalist teams, their coaches, mentors, and parents, as well as the sponsors and others that are joining us by live stream this evening. And now, backed by popular demand, it's my pleasure to introduce the Master of Ceremonies, Rick McElroy. Rick is the Principal Security Strategist for VMware Carbon Black. He has 20 years of information security experience, educating and advising organizations on reducing their risk posture and tackling tough security challenges. His experience ranges from performing penetration testing to building and leading security programs. He is a certified information systems security professional, a certified information security manager, and he's certified in risk and information system control. As a United States Marine, Rick's work included physical security and counterterrorism services. His current role takes him all over the world, working with organizations to improve their security strategies and speaking on security and privacy. And in addition to all this, Rick truly loves to MC at the SoCal Cyber Cup Challenge and engaging with the students on cybersecurity. So let's welcome Rick McElroy.
Oh, thanks, Lillian. Hey, so as you've probably noticed, none of us are in the same room this year, and you've probably felt some of that impact. I know certainly for me, there was always this idea that people who work from home would be less efficient and actually work less. I could say that probably held true for the first 2 weeks of all of us testing Zoom and wanted to get the coolest backgrounds and animated GIFs that we could to impress our friends, right? But one of the things I think about as it relates to, COVID and all of us being separated is, this new leadership skill or a skill that people should be investing in, which is the ability to lead remote teams and still execute. This is a key skill moving forward in the future. And so some of you that have led the teams, that have helped organize those calls, already have those skills. So I would say continue to polish those. It's going to be really critical, and employers are going to be looking for those. So I'm happy to see that that was picked up as part of the challenge as well, right? There's always a silver lining. This year was amazing. We had over 750 registrants in 5 counties. It used to be a handful of schools in one county. But everything from San Bernardino to Imperial County participating. And our goal is to always expand and do more in each school that's out there. So we're always looking for coaches. We're always recruiting. We're always looking for mentors for the students. So if you're interested in helping out, please get a hold of us. We're pretty easy to find. 16 finalist teams went to the finals that were held earlier today. There's 8 varsity teams, and those are our high school teams, and 8 junior varsity middle school teams. This year was a little challenging. None of us could meet in a room and try to solve these problems, right? So again, those were remote communication skills, like being able to facilitate those conversations in a way that's practical and applicable in the real world. So this year, I was super excited to see how the challenge was set up. And it was essentially set up to test the life cycle of a cybersecurity professional. Students and teams were tested in 3 areas: knowledge, governance, and cyber defense. For the practice round, the students were tested as if they were a security student in college, and their program had to set up their own network. They had to answer questions, which unlocked the next phase. Then we get to governance. The students had to set up a single server home network. They had to find settings that weren't meeting leading cybersecurity best practices. They were challenged with some capture the flag events. And then finally, they moved to unlock the next phase, which was the cyber defense phase. Something that I love and is near and dear to my heart is actually being able to defend networks and systems in real time against adversaries. They were put to this test. They were put under fire. They had to find the issues, protect the systems, protect the network, kick the bad guys out. Key skill moving forward. And this is very applicable to any person who hires cybersecurity professionals. So then we moved on to the qualification round, where those students then graduated college. So now they're moving into virtual real-world organizations. They worked at small and medium businesses with multiple servers. So their knowledge was tested by actually going through a job interview. Huge. I love that we do this. It's certainly something we don't practice enough if you're not out looking for a job all the time, right? But this is a key skill and something that I think is underinvested in. On the governance side, they had to set up compliance frameworks and actually apply those. Huge skill inside of organizations. And then move back to cyber defense, right? Defending those systems, defending those networks in real time. So now they move on to the finals. And the students have now found themselves working in a small organization, picking up some more key information security skills. Where do they go next? Oh, awesome. They're now working for an airport, something that's near and dear to, I think, all of our hearts that get on planes. Their knowledge was tested. They had to pass exams to prove that they actually had the knowledge. On the governance side, they had to set up best governance models, keeping in mind what airlines actually do and the applicable models that go to them. Then they had to actually work through a real-world cyber defense scenario. Someone was doing a thing on a system that sent baggage to wrong planes. So as you can imagine, that's probably a nightmare for both the travel. I couldn't imagine that myself. It's why I don't check bags. But a likely scenario, right? That's all controlled by compute. It's all controlled by applications. So we put the students through that. I'm now going to start to introduce some of our speakers. And so the first speaker, what I love about San Diego is from the top down, right? From the mayor's office to people who are just graduating school and moving out into industry and getting hired out here with some of our wonderful cyber companies, is that the mayor's office from the inception of this event for 11 years has supported the SoCal Cyber Cup. Each year, the winning team gets to move on and enjoy a visit with the mayor. They talk about cybersecurity, what it actually means to our community, and their future and their goals inside cybersecurity. I mean, this is huge. I wish when I was a kid, A, that anybody would have said they were super interested in a thing that we didn't even call cybersecurity back then, and B, like you get an intro to the mayor. That's pretty swanky and awesome. I've only met the mayor once, so I might have to go back to high school and start captaining some teams. So look, this year, of course, we're going to be doing virtual meetings, right? And so what I'd like to, at this point, introduce Eric Young, Director of Protocol for the Mayor's Office.
My name is Eric Young, and I am the Director of Protocol and Homeless Advisor for Mayor Kevin L. Faulconer, 36th Mayor of the City of San Diego. And it is a great privilege to be here today. Thank you for having us, and I really, really appreciate it. On behalf of a grateful city, on behalf of our Mayor's Office and the rest of our staff, I want to congratulate you guys on a job well done. Congratulations to specifically the finalists and the winner of the SoCal Cyber Cup Challenge. We look forward to having you guys visit City Hall, either virtually or in person, and making sure to be able to present you with a proclamation dedicating it your day in the city of San Diego. Thank you so much, and congratulations.
Hello, my name is Darren Bennett, and I'm the Chief Information Security Officer for the City of San Diego. As the CISO, my team and I were responsible for ensuring the city's computer systems and data are properly protected. This includes things such as the administrative systems throughout the city, police and fire systems, public utilities or water systems, and more. First, I want to congratulate all the participants of the Southern California Cyber Cup and point out a couple facts for you regarding the field of cybersecurity. First, you have chosen wisely. What do I mean by that? Well, there's more security jobs available than technical experts. It's tough for those of us, like myself, in the industry to keep the positions filled with talented individuals. I encourage all of you to continue following your passion for cybersecurity and continue learning. Cybersecurity is one of the most rewarding and challenging careers you could ask for. Every day is different for those of us in this field, and the technology is always changing. That's what I love and hate about being in cyber. I love that I never get bored. I hate that it's tough to keep up sometimes. That said, I'd much rather be learning and challenged than bored and doing the same thing every day. What makes cyber so important, and why are you interested in it? Most of you are probably aware of some of the things I'm going to cover, but I want to touch base on just a couple real quick. First, it allows us to communicate securely and keep in touch with others that we love. During the current crisis, the COVID crisis, this is especially critical. Without cyber, our email inboxes fill up with spam, our systems suffer service outages from hackers, and private conversations could potentially be listened to by nefarious individuals. Also, many of the critical systems we use today rely on technology to operate. Without proper security, these systems could be impacted or compromised. Without people just like you learning to secure these systems, they would be at risk. Some of the problems that occur when systems aren't secured right and monitored include, and this is only a partial, very partial list, hackers breaking into the systems to steal data, bringing the systems offline, malicious software that harms the systems, and of course things like ransomware. Everyone's experienced ransomware. Takes your information hostage and demands money in order for you to get it back. I've already cited some examples of some of the vital systems here in the city. These include water and wastewater control systems, fire and police department computer-aided dispatch systems, access control systems, and many, many others that host sensitive data such as credit cards and personal information. Once again, I want to congratulate all of you who participate and encourage you to keep on learning. The cyber industry needs you. San Diego needs you. Thank you.
Always good to hear from the mayor's office. Thanks for keeping us safe, too. We wanted to start to introduce, the folks that make this happen, right? It takes a village, and I think one of our key partners is the National Defense Industry Association, and I'd like to introduce the San Diego chapter president, Ken Garber. Ken is currently the vice president of operations for Del Rey Systems and Technology, and has over 30 years of experience working in the San Diego defense industry. Ken is a retired U.S. Navy officer with 30 years of combined active duty and reserve experience. He served as commanding officer of 6 reserve units and as the forward officer in charge of an active duty joint command after 9/11. Thank you so much for your service. His industry certifications include 9 years of program management professional, being a faculty security officer for 5 years, and he has earned a level 3 DAWIA Defense Acquisition University certification. He is also an active as a board member for nonprofit organizations such as Support the Enlisted Project, such a great project, and is a former board chair there. He has been a member of Toastmasters for 28 years, is a distinguished Toastmaster, and former board member of Toastmasters International. Mr. Garber's education includes an MBA degree from the UCLA Anderson School of Business and a BS degree in electrical engineering from the University of the Pacific. Let's welcome San Diego Chapter President Ken Garber.
Hi, I'm Ken Garber, President of the San Diego Chapter of the National Defense Industrial Association. And it's my pleasure to congratulate all of you on completing this program. And I also want to congratulate Lillian and her team and everyone who supported it to make it happen under these arduous times. NDIA, the National Defense Industrial Association, is made up of over 200 companies here in San Diego and over 2,000 members, as well as thousands of companies around the country that support the national defense by developing technologies and equipment to defend our nation. We also have members from the government, like right here in San Diego at the Naval Warfare Center, as well as from universities, where they develop men and women like yourselves that have the skills and the abilities that we need to defend our country. Cybersecurity is at the forefront of everything that's happening in the nation and around the world. Right here in San Diego, NAVWAR and NIWIC, they both focus a lot of their time and effort on securing our data. And the ability to secure that data is vital. And as you know, the threat is ever present. Right here during this time of the COVID-19, I have personally been attacked many times with people trying to spoof my email and extort money out of my friends and associates. So it's people like yourselves who focus on the skills, the technology to thwart those kind of vulnerabilities that we have as we rely more and more on the internet and electronic communications. So thank you very much for spending your time during this break, or you've been doing a lot of virtual school, I'm sure, to focus also on the cybersecurity in this competition. I wish you all the best of luck, and thank you very much from NDIA here in San Diego. And again, congratulations, and thank you very much. Bye.
One of our organizers was National University. You know, they're just all up in cyber all over the place. I mean, they host B-sides. They help organize this event, and I can't say enough about the team over there. We'd like to introduce John Cicero. He serves as the Vice Provost of Academic and Faculty Affairs at National University. He currently serves as the Interim Dean of the new College for Professional Studies. Previously, he served as the Dean of Engineering and Compute, and he has taught in engineering and computer science for 20 years. He is most interested in promoting student access and student success. Welcome, John Cicero.
Hello, everyone. My name is John Cicero, Vice Provost of Academic Affairs at National University. I would like to congratulate all the students who have been competing in this event. Also, I would like to thank all those who have made this event possible through their creativity and hard work. Here at National University, we have a successful cyber program and competition teams, and we are thrilled to support future cybersecurity professionals, as it's a part of our mission to support lifelong learning and help meet future workforce needs. We understand the importance of these events and these types of learning experiences, as well as getting young people interested in STEM cybersecurity at an early point in their careers. I wish you all the very best, and thank you for all you do.
I'd also like to recognize Centec Global CEO, Eric Basu. You know, Eric is the CEO of Centec Global. He's a former U.S. Navy SEAL commander, which is weird because I've got an Eagle Globe and Anchor behind me, not a Trident. But that's right, we get along anyway. He graduated from San Jose University with a Bachelor of Science in Molecular Biology and holds an MBA from Anderson Graduate School of Management at UCLA. He launched Centec Global out of his home in 2001 with a goal of founding a firm committed to making a significant and long-standing positive difference for our clients, for their clients. The company now employs nearly 200 people, over 50% of which are veterans. That's amazing. As a veteran, I can't say enough about organizations that are built to help vets transition out into the world. His leadership is a key reason for the company's listing in the annual Inc. 5000 list. He was a finalist for Entrepreneurs Magazine Entrepreneur of the Year and San Diego's Business Journal's Most Admired CEO. I know that I've worked with and have friends that have worked for Mr. Basu, and I can only speak to their absolute competency in cybersecurity. I'm so happy that they're big enough to actually, be able to contribute to the community, which is amazing. They have so much wisdom to share. He has over 20 years of deep domain experience in project and program management, application development management, IT infrastructure assessments, security audits, and strategic consulting. Let's welcome Centec Global CEO, Eric Basu.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Eric Basu. I'm the founder and CEO of Centec Global and the Haiku Cyber Range. First of all, I want to say congratulations. In the midst of this pandemic, of all the craziness of your regular school schedule, you decided to come out and challenge yourself and challenge your cybersecurity skills and hopefully learn a few new skills. So give yourself a well-deserved pat on the back for that. When we came up with the idea for the Haiku Cyber Range about 4 years ago, it was to fill a need that we saw when we interviewed cybersecurity professionals who had degrees and they had certifications, but they didn't have the practical hands-on skills that they needed in order to be able to be successful in their jobs. So we wanted to develop an online range accessible from everywhere that created a gamified environment that was actually fun to participate in which people could learn practical hands-on cybersecurity skills. And we were successful, and that's the Haiku Cyber Range that you just were working on. The theme we chose, working with the organizational committee for this competition, was modeling the life cycle of a cybersecurity professional. We chose 3 knowledge areas on which we focused: computer and networking knowledge, cyber governance, and cyber defense. And you worked on all 3 of these today. As these 3 rounds progressed, as you found, the student's role, your role in this, in the Haiku scenario, moved from being a student to a young professional to being the subject matter expert. And in your final rounds, you were placed in a simulated airport and challenged with protecting this critical piece of infrastructure. And this is actually what a cybersecurity professional does. If you become a cybersecurity professional, as you advance in your career and become more and more skilled, you will find yourself as the key person who is defending from cyber attacks an airport or a nuclear power plant or a major corporation. This is one of the reasons that a cybersecurity profession can be so rewarding, because the work that you do makes a real difference, a real impact on the lives and the funds and the intellectual property and the careers of the people who are depending upon you to defend their information systems. On this challenge, we worked to design the challenges across the spectrum of issues impacting cybersecurity. One of our major goals of this as well was to get new students interested in cybersecurity. So hopefully there are some of you out there who are new students. Maybe this is your first challenge, and after this you looked at what you did and you're thinking to yourself, this is actually a career that I might want to get into. And to facilitate this, we designed this challenge so that people who are just beginners would have something that they could do and something they could learn. And I know some of you are extremely advanced, as I saw from the competition last year, and our plan there was to give you some very advanced challenges so that you too are looking at this and having to stretch yourself and learn new things in order to be able to accomplish these challenges. The coronavirus pandemic threw a whole new wrench in the works for this. With so many youth activities being canceled, as we approached this from our team, I said, how are we going to do this? And they told me, we've got this. And they do, because we're entirely virtual. But they included the tools, the communication tools, to be able to have all the teams work virtually and communicate. And this really worked out well for us. So 3 goals I hope that you achieved today. First of all, that you enjoyed yourselves. This was meant to be a fun competition. It wasn't meant to be a real drag along, knock down, drag out marathon that somebody had to push themselves through. It was designed to be a fun competition. Two is I hope you realize that cybersecurity is a team sport. As much as you might see movies about the lone hacker out there or the lone defender who's doing everything on their own, you probably had to rely on the people next to you and your team to be able to be successful in these challenges. I hope you realize that. And three is I'm hoping that we piqued your interest or helped pique your interest in pursuing a cybersecurity career. Cybersecurity is one of the hottest careers available right now, and as more and more of our lives are network enabled or put online, this career is going to become more and more valuable in the future. You'll be the defender of people's entire history, of their pocketbooks, of their personal information. As a cybersecurity professional, you're the person who's defending that. It pays extremely well. You have very good job security. You have a lot of mobility. And as I mentioned, probably one of the most important things that you're going to find as you progress in your careers, you're making a difference every single day. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope that we see you at next year's competition. And for all of you, really, really a job well done.
Awesome. Hey, now we wanted to get around to thanking and letting some of our sponsors introduce themselves and speak to the community. Personally, very thankful for this next sponsor, SDG&E. I think without power, none of us would have jobs. I think it's fair to say none of us would have anything fun to do on the weekends, like going to events like this. Gavin Worden, I consider a friend, lives in the neighborhood. I saw him drive by actually the other day when I was out walking my dogs, and gave him a quick wave. Probably didn't recognize me because I was in a mask trying to do the right things so that we can get flatten that curve, right? Listen, Gavin is the director of the Data Center and Network Technologies for SDG&E. He's a member of ISC2. He's a CISP. He's part of the E-Council. He's a CEH, a Certified Ethical Hacker, which you do not often find over on the IT side. So it's one of the reasons that I really like Gavin so much. He's on the IACRB board. He's a certified pen tester, and he's got over 20 years of experience in information technology and in information security. Let's welcome SDG&E's Gavin Worden.
Hello, everyone. My name is Gavin Worden. I'm with SDG&E, and I'm thrilled to be able to participate in the SoCal Cyber Cup again this year. I'm bummed that we can't all get together in person, but under the circumstances, I think it's really cool that the SoCal Cyber Cup team has figured out a way for us all to participate virtually. On a personal note, I'm super passionate about supporting cybersecurity education, and I'm proud to work for a company like SDG&E that supports STEM events like this. As many of you already know, developing an innovative and capable cybersecurity workforce is super important for a number of reasons. It supports the safety of our communities, it helps build a strong economy, and it provides important national security capabilities for our country. So for all of those reasons, it's really exciting to see such a large and diverse group of students engaging in cybersecurity education programs like the SoCal Cyber Cup. That said, I'd like to say a big thank you to all of those who are participating as active learners, to the coaches and teachers who are helping develop those students, and to everybody behind the scenes who helped make this event happen. I want to remind all the students participating that this event is an awesome opportunity, so please take full advantage of it. Do everything you can to learn from everybody involved in this program. And I want to encourage you to continue working on your cybersecurity skills even after this competition is finished. Remember, from a career opportunities perspective, there are many different job opportunities for you in different career fields that involve cyber. And not only do they help you protect and help your communities, but there's great opportunities for you from a lifelong career perspective. So with that said, I hope everybody's had a great time at the SoCal Cyber Cup. And I congratulate you on your hard work and competitive spirits. And I also wanted to finish up with one thing here real quick. I understand that there are 4 girl teams this year in the SoCal Cyber Cup, which is the most all-girl teams since the event started, which is awesome. So I'd like to finish up this video today with sharing SDG&E's hashtag #BeThatGirl video. Thanks again, SDG&E, for supporting this awesome STEM event.
Growing up, I had very supportive parents, and they really wanted me to try all kinds of different things. And I think those experiences really gave me the confidence to say that I could do anything. I could be that girl. In middle school and high school, I liked math, but there wasn't a lot of females in my math and my science classes. Thank goodness my parents really instilled that I need to go to college, and from there I continued to take math and science classes, declared an engineering major, and I'm really grateful that I did that. I didn't know until after I was out of college that what engineering school really does is help you methodically solve problems, the world's problems. We have 2 connections with the external world. That has really served me well throughout my career here at San Diego Gas and Electric. I started my SDG&E career as an electrical engineer and quickly realized that there were many ways I could help improve lives and make a difference. Dream big, because I never pictured myself in the role that I'm in today at the company, and I've been very blessed with some terrific opportunities, but having that degree and having that experience has really helped me in the role that I'm in today. I know we have a group of future leaders right here in this room. Be the engineer who develops the next generation of electric vehicles, or the meteorologist that forecasts extreme weather so we can be prepared and safe. Help develop the next generation of battery storage so we can deliver more clean energy. I encourage you to be that girl. Study science, technology, engineering, or math. You can do it. Find your passion, find your purpose, and you could be that girl.
Thanks, Gavin. And thanks for keeping the lights on, too. It'd be rough if we didn't have the internet and streaming. I know that I certainly would be hurting without the ability to get a shell on a system and or watch some Netflix from time to time, right? So now I want to introduce SynEd, and specifically the Cyber Guild President, Scott Young. Scott Young has been providing data-driven results-based technology and operational solutions to the public and private sectors for more than 30 years. He has worked with many Fortune 100 companies, as well as public and private education institutions at all levels. He currently serves as the Executive Director and President of SynEd, a nonprofit focused on helping education innovate and evolve, utilizing modern technologies and techniques to provide an exceptional student experience and drive successful outcomes. Scott studied art history, criticism, and conservation at the University of Utah, is a trained chef with a love for exploring culture through cuisine. Oh, I'm going to have to get something cooked up then. I love eating. An avid photographer and lives in Thousand Oaks with his best friend and wife, Florence. Let's welcome Cyber Guild President, Scott Young.
Greetings, competitors, coaches, parents, and those supporting this important event. We live in a time that is calling on all of us to be explorers and inventors. Like the great explorers of the past, we do not know what lies ahead, but we all have a vision of what our destination should be. Participating in one of the first virtual competitions sets us on a journey into the unknown. On this journey, you will need to be adaptable and creative to navigate the many challenges ahead. Above all, you will need to be persistent, never giving in and never giving up. I'm reminded of something an admirable leader once said that changed the outcome of a competition. It is possible to commit no mistakes and still lose. That is not weakness, that is life. We would like to offer a challenge for you as part of our exploration of virtual competitions and virtual learning. I have 4 $100 Amazon gift cards to be awarded to the first 4 teams who can tell me who said this, when they said it, what was the game, what was the resulting outcome, and what was the surrounding context. If you would like additional information, you can submit requests for clues at game.syned.org, and we will post the answers to our website. You can submit your solutions to the same address. Winners will be announced when all 4 cards have been awarded. On behalf of everyone at SynEd Command Central, I commend all of you on your impressive accomplishments and look forward to accompanying you on this journey of exploration and invention. Thank you.
Thanks, Scott. Yeah, I'm very pleased to introduce our partners. I've seen the growth from this organization over the years, and they do some really amazing work. So I'd like to introduce not only a friend, but a peer in the cybersecurity community in San Diego, and someone highly respected that people look to give him some of that wisdom, right? And that's Sean Lewis. Sean Lewis is currently the specialized sales leader for global and strategic accounts at AWS, Amazon Web Services. Sean has been with AWS for over 5 years, where he helps customers solve their problems by leveraging web scale cloud services in the AWS portfolio. Sean has been active in the information security space for approximately 20 years and has had including security architect, security consultant, security advisor, and chief information security officer as roles. Sean is based in San Diego and remains close to the security space by volunteering and mentoring early and helping those who want to pick up some of that career talent. He is the Amazon school captain for San Diego State University and works with computer science, engineering, and information systems students through the Aztec mentoring program. It's my pleasure to introduce AWS's Sean Lewis.
Hello, SoCal Cyber Cup. This is Sean Lewis from Amazon Web Services, and I hope to be there in person, thanking you for your great participation this year. But we're doing everything virtual this year, so we're all adapting as we go. So thank you for bearing with us here. We wanted to take a minute here to congratulate the winners of the SoCal Cyber Cup and really thank everybody for taking the time to participate, whether you're a student, a mentor, a coach. It's great to see the engagement that everybody comes together and works on solving hard problems together, and the ideation that comes out of it is a lot of fun. So I've been in the information security space for quite a long time, almost 20 years. And while I currently have a sales leadership role at Amazon, security is and always will remain very close to my heart. So I'm former security architect, former chief information security officer, a variety of security roles during my career working with different companies. And I'll just say that I think that security is one of the most interesting fields that you could pursue and work in professionally. That natural curiosity that I know that everybody who participated has to be able to dive deep and really say, why does this work the way that it does? And what happens if I change this parameter? What if I tweak this in a way that maybe wasn't intended to be used or designed? That is really the essence of security engineering and thinking differently, solving hard problems. At Amazon, we have different leadership principles, and one of them is thinking big. And when I think about that concept of think big, what really comes to mind is some of the great innovation that has come out of the work that's happened in the security space. So you are those future security engineers, those future security architects, chief information security officers, all the great security roles that are open and continue to grow as more and more companies really prioritize and align what they're doing from a security standpoint. And I wanted to take a minute to talk about why that's important to Amazon, so you can understand a little bit about why we're involved. So first of all, I've been involved in SoCal Cyber Cup for a number of years. I've had an opportunity to be a coach. I've had an opportunity to be a mentor, and I hope to continue to be able to participate and work with schools here in Southern California. Amazon has a very large security community. We have folks in a lot of different roles. Amazon has a variety of different businesses. My business is Amazon Web Services. If you're not familiar with that, we provide cloud computing infrastructure all around the world. So we have the largest depth and breadth of cloud services that are elastic and allow companies like startups, Pinterest, Netflix, Airbnb, to provision compute and other cloud capacity that they need to run their business. We work with large enterprise companies like General Electric. We work with governments and public sector organizations like nonprofits all around the world as well. AWS is now a $40 billion run rate business for Amazon and continues to grow. Amazon's mission is to be Earth's most customer-centric company. And when you think about what Amazon is doing, whether it's AWS with cloud computing or what most people think about when they order something from Amazon and a package shows up at their door the next day, being that customer-centric organization really requires us to earn and maintain customer trust. And having a very strong security posture and having the best and the brightest working on the security challenges that we face at Amazon is really key to earning and maintaining that trust. So for us, we love to be part of the community here and see the great work that's happening with you future, security engineers, architects, and CISOs and developers and all the other great roles. And love to see the creative work that comes out of these different types of workshops like the SoCal Cyber Cup. So thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to sponsor and be part of the Cyber Cup this year. And we're looking forward to working with you in the future as well. Congratulations again. Thank you.
Let's hear it for AWS, changing the game since way back. And if you're ever interested in the history of AWS, I'm sure Sean or anybody else will over there to tell it, but it's a truly fascinating story about attempting to do another thing and then wildly succeeding at something else. And it's amazing. I mean, our organization, we host our cloud product in AWS, and I can't say enough about how good of a partner they've been in the community. Also, wanted to introduce one of our key sponsors, Cubic, and John Dill. John Dill is a native of San Diego, which is super rare. I'm not a native. I got stationed out here in 94, and who leaves San Diego once you're stationed in wonderful Coronado and Camp Pendleton. He's got over 40 years of experience in commercial and military technology and defense training products for air combat and optical laser engagement on the battlefield. That's pretty precise. Those two categories in particular have to be pretty precise, right? He's held positions in manufacturing, operations, field service, hardware, software, program management, system engineering, and information security. He has a BS in applied mathematics, an honors, an MS cybersecurity and information assurance. He's a distinguished fellow. He's a CISP and an ISSEP. Let's welcome and thank Cubic's John Dill.
Hello, my name is John Dill, and I'm representing Cubic Corporation in my role as Director of Cyber Resilience and our commitment to raising the bar in many areas of cybersecurity by sponsoring events like the Southern California Cyber Cup as part of our community outreach and engagement efforts. So who is Cubic? Cubic is a technology-driven, market-leading global provider of innovative, mission-critical solutions that reduce congestion and increase operational effectiveness and readiness through superior situational understanding. What is important to Cubic? It's important to cultivate and champion as many STEM activities in the community as possible, to have a positive impact on the development of local cyber talent in producing builders, breakers, fixers, and maintainers. Many future InfoSec professionals are represented at this event. Why has Cubic participated in this event? For Cubic, the focus is on delivering cyber-resilient gear and looking to inspire and attract cyber talent. The how is evident in the talented cyber champions represented at this competition. I wanted to thank you so much for letting us participate in this important event here in San Diego and Southern California. And most of all, I'd like to thank the NDIA for organizing this event.
Thanks, John. Next up, and I think most companies and most of us that have grew up in San Diego technology and cyber in particular, have really grown up under the shadow of one company, and that company is Qualcomm. And their innovation is top notch. Their people are amazing. I've had so many good interactions with their information security team. It's a team that I talk to go to when stuck on problems and seeking wisdom and really to get their take on the reality of managing information security at that scale and trying to deliver digital transformation and innovation along the way. They've been an amazing sponsor for this event. So I'd like to welcome and have everybody and introduce Shirley Yeager. She's the Director of Product Management at Qualcomm and is focused on developing new licensing programs in emerging areas, which is probably really cool. They're probably already thinking of like 5 or 6 to 20 things post-COVID that are going to be emerging areas, and it's really cool to be part of all of that. She serves as a board member for Q Women, an employee network group of Qualcomm that advocates for leadership, mentorship, and career development for all women at Qualcomm. Love it. And partners in the community to foster the interest of women and girls in technology and compute. I can't say enough about how important that is, and I do know that we are starting to change the face of information security and the face of STEM, and San Diego is a huge part of that. Shirley is a huge part of that, and so let's welcome Shirley Yeager.
Hello, everyone. I'm Shirley Yeager, and I work at Qualcomm. I'd like to applaud all the teams who participated in the Cyber Cup Challenge, and a very special congratulations to you, the teams who made it into the finals. Hats off to all of you. I really hope you feel proud to have made it into the finals. For Qualcomm, we're very proud to be able to support the Cyber Cup Challenge, both as a scholarships and grant sponsor, and as a sponsor for Team RFC 1149 from Canyon Crest Academy. When I tell people that I work at Qualcomm, some people think I work at the stadium in Mission Valley where the San Diego Chargers used to call home. No, the Qualcomm I'm referring to is the company that is the driving force behind the development of the advanced technologies that's inside mobile phones and for enabling the mobile ecosystem. Everything that these devices can do, Qualcomm had a part in making it happen. You've heard of 4G and LTE, and 5G is now rolling out. Qualcomm is leading the way to a world where everything and everyone can communicate and interact seamlessly, which has become very important, especially now in a pandemic world where most people are sequestered at home and the need for connectivity is so very important to our everyday lives. At Qualcomm, expertise in cybersecurity is also very important. We're a global company with over 30,000 employees working all over the world, so it's extremely important for us to protect our computer networks against unauthorized intrusion, viruses, and malware. It's also very important to protect these kinds of devices so they don't get compromised by hackers who intend to disrupt our lives or steal personal information. Imagine a day without your phone because it was disabled by a virus or malware. Scary, isn't it? We need engineers and scientists who understand how to protect networks and mobile devices. It's a great future job opportunity for you because you decided to devote your time and attention to this competition, and this field pays well too. I want to encourage all of you to consider STEM majors when you go off to college. For the U.S. to maintain its lead in science and technology, we need to ensure we have a solid pipeline of smart engineers, scientists, mathematicians, and technologists graduating from college. Did I mention that these fields pay well too? And a special message for girls. There are plenty of companies that have initiatives to diversify and hire more women engineers. And there are people like me who are working hard behind the scenes to ensure diversity in STEM happens and are paving the way for your success. So please, I want to encourage you to stick with STEM as a career choice. You'll find that the Cyber Cup Challenge is important because it allows you to stand out from all of the other students in school. Your participation in this competition will make you more attractive to colleges and universities when they review college applications. Depending on where you want to major in STEM, some schools can be quite competitive to get into, and you'll find that the time you spent doing extracurricular activities like this one will work to your advantage. This applies not only to applications for college and universities, but also to employers. Soon you'll graduate from high school. Believe me, it'll come sooner than you think. Hopefully, you'll consider attending college and select a STEM major. And upon graduation from college, please consider coming to work for Qualcomm. We need smart people like you, especially the girls in this competition. Kudos to the Canyon Crest Academy for having 4 girls on the team. We need you. We actually need all of you. So on behalf of Qualcomm, thank you so much for the opportunity to be a sponsor. Congratulations to all of you for all of your hard work and dedication.
Love what Qualcomm's up to. Love that message. Thank you so much, Shirley, for making some time for the students today and for us and sharing some of that wisdom and what you're up to in the community. Next, I'd like to introduce from NetForce, Andrea Hoy. Andrea Hoy is a CISP and a CISM. She's an MBA. She's a fourth-generation Californian and rose to the ranks of the information security community through hard work and dedication, entering the field as an assistant venue manager for the LA Summer Olympic Games. Wow, talk about getting thrown in the deep end. I mean, the Olympics are constantly under attack. Andrea's diversified portfolio of leadership positions include those for McDonnell Douglas, Rockwell, and Boeing. I mean, you want to talk about who's who on that side of the house. Her clients are from a diverse mix of industries that include Litton, Pacific Life, Genentech, Millennia Healthcare, Activision, WAMU, T-Mobile, Homni, UT, and East West Banks. Andrea also initiated the cybersecurity program as the Chief Information Security and Data Privacy Director for Fluor, a Fortune 20. She was an ISO for the 5th largest credit union, has served and been recognized as an advisor to the Pentagon, and represented the United States of America as a diplomat to China on e-discovery and forensics. Ms. Hoy is the founder of A. Hoy & Associates, a virtual CISO provider, as well as an information security consulting, GRC, incident response training firm, where she assists companies to establish policies and procedures to comply with NIST, the top 20 critical security controls, EUPD and privacy laws. She is president, chief disruptor, I love that title, chief disruptor and co-founder of the Innovation Shipyard Alliance, a not-for-profit organization that offers an open forum for entrepreneurs and innovative technologies to give them the opportunity to learn or vet the cybersecurity ramifications of their technology in front of cybersecurity risk and privacy C-levels and senior cybersecurity engineers. ISA also promotes students and emeritus cyber professionals' involvement and educational opportunities in shaping these innovative technologies in their C-level trials. She encourages those returned to join and network with students and hopes that money raised can help assist students pursue their dreams in STEM. Andrea's commitment to education and our community has driven her to create a nationwide Chief Information Security Officer Bootcamp, teach both the CISP and CISM for ISACA, teach for CSU Fullerton in their Certificate of Security Management program, and has served as the international president of ISSA and charter for the Financial SIG, which actively creates relationships within the community for both law enforcement and industry. She's previously served as the technical advisory board for RSA. She's advised the International Board of Directors for PointSec, ProtectSec of Sweden, as well as the Board of Advisors for a new global identity management and provisioning company, leading to the successful acceptance in the healthcare arena and acquisition by IBM. Her focus is now on providing CISOs for startups education and awareness to ensure that cybersecurity is part of their business versus an afterthought. Andrea received her MBA from Pepperdine University in Malibu, and prior to that, graduated magna cum laude and was entered in the high society of Beta Gamma Sigma, the Phi Beta Kappa of School of Business, with her Bachelor of Science from Cal State University, Long Beach. It's my pleasure to introduce from NetForce, Andrea Hoy.
Greetings, SoCal Cyber Cup Challenge pioneers, founders, students, supporters, mentors, and potential cybersecurity entrepreneurs and defenders of the Internet. I am honored to be able to speak to you virtually. My name is Andrea Hoy. I am the co-founder, chief disruptor, and CEO of the Innovation Shipyard Alliance, a 501c3, and we, along with Josh Chin, managing partner of NetForce, are both proud to have our organizations sponsor this event. Congratulations for not giving up when COVID-19 shut down your day-to-day classroom environments. The beauty of cybersecurity competitions is that they allow you to apply what you have learned as individuals in the classroom in a teamwork environment, meet mentors that can help you grow in possible future profession, and maybe someday work with NetForce or one of the other sponsors. I was asked to share a little why we decided to get involved with sponsoring the SoCal Cyber Cup. For the Innovation Shipyard Alliance's tagline is navigating the future of innovative technology. What better way to do that than to help elevate students like yourselves? And our goal is to provide a hive for new cyber technology startups to get out of reach FaceTime with C-levels of companies to participate in sea trials in a Shark Tank-like environment to get feedback on whether their product offering is viable and addresses a compelling need for a potential buyer. At the same time, we allow a few entrepreneurial cyber students to sit in and meet these entrepreneurs and leaders in cybersecurity to hopefully seed the idea to think out of the box. We also provide a venue for our emeritus cybersecurity leaders to mentor those companies and our students. Lastly, we have a student scholarship, the Eugene and Aileen Hoy Innovative Technology Student Scholarship, along with other scholarships and internships to support students furthering their career in cyber, including opportunities at Black Hat and the Diana Initiative. Another opportunity that the Innovation Shipyard Alliance supports is the Diana Initiative, which reminds me to mention that we had 4 all-girl teams and a ratio of approximately 1 to 3 girls to boys ratio. This is amazing technology, and this year that's what we accomplished. The Diana Initiative is a conference focused on women, diversity, and inclusion in cybersecurity that embraces all genders, sexualities, and skill levels. For those interested in participating and learning more about cyber, we will be holding a virtual essay competition for 3 spots at the Diana Initiative this summer. Please contact me at launchpad@innovationshipyard.org if you are interested. As a woman in a very male-oriented field, I know that it can be sometimes intimidating to stay in STEM fields. There are many women's groups now in tech that are out there for support that were not there 15 to 20 years ago. So take advantage of them and don't let unconscious bias make decisions for you. Unconscious bias happens to everyone at any age, sex, or race. For instance, how many of you were on the fence about participating in this competition? I see virtual heads nodding. You overcame unconscious bias as you're here. And girls, ladies, we are statistically the worst. Don't take yourself out of an internship opportunity or other challenge because you overthink it and decide, I can't do it. For example, if you thought you could only do 75% of what they were asking for in a job opportunity, a promotion, an internship, you might talk yourself out of even applying because you don't think you can do the other 25%. While another person without unconscious bias would say, hey, I can do 75%. I can figure out the rest when I get the job, and would turn around and apply. Be encouraged by what you accomplished here in the challenge. I hope you remember hearing my voice telling you, you need to try. You don't learn anything by not trying, and you can't get the job if you don't apply. There's an estimated unfilled 3.1 million cybersecurity job opportunities opening by 2021. And of the candidates who are applying for these positions, fewer than 1 in 4 are qualified. Participating in challenges like these gives you a leg up because you have practiced applying what you have learned. Congratulations for participating and growing your resume. I want to lastly acknowledge and thank Lillian Maestas, NDIA San Diego Chapter STEM Chair, NDIA National University, the Haiku Cyber Range, the coaches, the mentors, the parents especially, and other sponsors, in staying committed to taking on the COVID-19 challenge to make sure this event did not become another statistic of the many shutdowns. It is a fine lesson that I hope especially you, as participants in the 11th SoCal Cyber Cup Challenge, remember in the future when faced with adversity. Persevere, take the challenge head on. Analyze, look for a way of playing what happened here in the challenge forward. There will always be challenges in your life, your studies, your future. It is how you address them that is a true learning experience. Remembering what helped you during this time in your family's lives and learning to repeat what worked. Thank you for your time and good luck as we face a new normal for the summer of 2020. Take care.
Thanks for that, Mandra. Yeah, I don't know, certainly the students in the room won't remember, but, what was it like to do attack simulations back in the day before things like that existed, right? And then the answer is we carried around a lot of laptops. Like at one point, I think I had 4 or 5 in a bag. Once VMware, right, so my organization actually started to develop and deliver to market, what was really cool is now I could run virtual machines on top of one laptop. And compile code for each system that we ran into, right? So I can't say enough about the enablement of programs like this and being able to do both defensive challenges and then also offensive cyber challenges to understand both sides of the equation, to bring that together in a solution that actually enables the education. Unbelievable. Speaking of education, I'm sure we're all familiar with SANS, at least I hope we are, if we're in information security. If you're not, I do a lot of public speaking. I'm very intimidated by SANS speakers. Their process for hiring speakers and bringing in educators into cybersecurity is unparalleled in the market. They put their people to the test. I consider a lot of SANS instructors some of my great friends. I've spoken at SANS events all over, and I can only say, like, from a continuing education and from a development perspective, SANS is top notch. We're a partner of theirs on a lot of threat hunting and incident response work. And so Ed's been a good long colleague. Ed Scotus has taught cybersecurity, incident response, and advanced pen testing techniques to more than 12,000 cybersecurity professionals. That's amazing because there's only 12,200 of us that actually do this job. No, I'm kidding, but the numbers are smaller than you think. We still have 2.5 million jobs globally that are open, and I would expect that to continue through COVID. This career has been pretty recession-proof. He is a SANS faculty fellow and the lead for the SANS penetration testing curriculum. Awesome. He gets to work with a whole bunch of my good friends on that. His courses distill the essence of real-world frontline case studies he accumulates because he is consistently one of the first experts brought in to provide after-attack analysis on major breaches where credit card and other sensitive financial data is lost. Ed led the team that built NetWars, the low-cost, widely used cyber training and skills assessment ranges relied upon by military units, corporations, and anyone with major assets at risk. His team also built Cyber City, the fully authentic urban cyber warfare simulator that was featured in the front page of the Washington Post. Again, as a little aside to this, when I saw that this was announced, myself, my staff that were on my last information security program, we wanted to go back to school on this. Like, this was such a cool thing that happened in the industry to be able to actually start to put together all of this complexity that happens in cities and urban environments and actually began to test those. Really cool. He was an expert called in by the White House to test the security viability of the trusted internet connection that now protects U.S. government networks and led the team that first publicly demonstrated significant security flaws in virtual machine technology, which we appreciate, and we work through those bugs all the time. He has a rare capability of translating advanced technical knowledge into easy-to-master guidance, as the popularity of his step-by-step counter-hack books testify. I actually have Counter-Hack Reloaded on my desk as we speak. Ed earned his MS in Information Networking from Carnegie Mellon University and his BS in Electrical Engineering from the University of Michigan, summa cum laude. Let's welcome and thank Ed Scotus from SANS.
Hello, everyone. On behalf of the SANS Institute, I want to thank NDIA San Diego and Lillian Maestas for the invitation to speak with you today. My name is Ed Scotus, and I'm a faculty fellow and penetration test instructor for the SANS Institute, as well as the director of Cyber Ranges and NetWars. SANS is proud to be recognized as the most trusted source for information security training, certification, and research. As a fellow cybersecurity practitioner and enthusiast, I want to commend you all for participating in the SoCal Cyber Cup Challenge. I tell you, I've been participating in cyber challenges for most of my career. I love how they're a fun and interactive way to build skills and challenge yourself. I've probably played in hundreds of challenges over the years. And then, about 10 years ago, I was so fortunate that SANS gave me the role where I can focus on building challenges and ranges for tens of thousands of other people. It's so much fun, and I'm constantly encouraged by participants like you. Thank you for your dedication, your efforts, and your enthusiasm. They inspire me and my whole team. I want to congratulate the first and second place teams. But the competition isn't over for you yet. You'll be competing in the SANS NetWars Core Tournament later in May. Hundreds of the top cyber practitioners from Fortune 500 companies, government agencies, and the tech industry will be participating in that event as well. If your team wins the team competition for this event, you'll be invited to compete in the NetWars Tournament of Champions in Washington, D.C. in December. Gosh, I want to congratulate you on your success in the SoCal Cyber Cup, and I look forward to seeing your names on the scoreboard for the NetWars competition in a few weeks.
Thanks, Ed. I just can't say enough about SANS and how much I learned from them on a continual basis. I think I was just watching an old recorded session not too long ago. But I also wanted to introduce Bill Newhouse, Deputy Director for the National Initiative for Cyber Education, or NICE. You've probably seen that acronym. As the Deputy Director of NICE, he leads and promotes the efforts to foster, energize, and promote a robust network and an integrated ecosystem of cybersecurity education, training, and workforce development that can more effectively secure cyberspace, and is the lead author for the NICE Workforce Framework, NIST Special Publication 800-181. And for those of you who don't have a job in InfoSec, but want a job in InfoSec, you're going to get real familiar with NIST Special Publications and NIST publications. At the NCCOE, he is leading the drafting of practice guides that address broad technological gaps in cybersecurity implementations that affect areas of risk in retail, hospitality, and federal sectors. These projects rely on insight and passion from members of various industries who share a common goal of addressing cybersecurity risk by demonstrating that commercially available technologies can be configured to improve the ability of sectors to address cyber risk, which I absolutely agree with. From 2008 to 2019, Mr. Newhouse was co-chair of the Federal Cybersecurity Interagency Working Group and representative of NIST at the Federal Cybersecurity Focused R&D Groups. Before coming to NIST in 2010, he spent 5 years detailed from the NSA to the Office of the Secretary of Defense, where he worked initially with the Assistant Secretary of Defense for Research and Development. Let's welcome Bill Newhouse.
Hello, my name is Bill Newhouse, Deputy Director of the National Initiative for Cybersecurity Education. Congratulations today for being a finalist at the 11th Annual SoCal Cup. Your scenario run on the Centec Haiku range today, I understand, was an airport scenario, and you had to perform computer defense, work within a cybersecurity governance model, do some network defense, system defense within that network. And I'm here to let you know that those are absolutely vital things to be able to do, to have the skills to demonstrate that you have competencies that employers will value. You've done that today. I'm sure of that. And I'm sure if you continue to keep interested in cybersecurity studies as you move from middle school for those 8 teams to high school, and from the high school folks, if you step out of high school, that you look for cybersecurity apprenticeships, that you look at the schools that you can get into and see what they are doing in cybersecurity. Cybersecurity risk isn't going to go away. We're adding more and more devices, and more people are doing more and more things in cyberspace, and we are always being challenged to provide the security and the care to make sure those systems are functioning and providing the opportunities to grow our economy, to give individuals like yourself chances to study interesting things, and for companies to thrive and to build the kind of things that grow our economy, grow our nation, and just allow the world to function better. The National Initiative for Cybersecurity Education sits within the National Institute of Standards and Technology, and I would extend an invitation to all of you to Google NIST, N-I-S-T, and cybersecurity, and look, go past the sponsored looks, but get to that government one, where .gov, NIST.gov, and look at the kind of work we do in cybersecurity. It encompasses the full spectrum of needs for our nation, and we develop security guidelines and standards that are required in parts of our government and voluntarily adopted by others. other parts of the economy and organizations and universities, and cybersecurity underpins all aspects of science, technology, engineering, mathematics. People rely on cybersecurity to move and to focus and do things in any of those other realms. So it is a strong foundation. Your work today may not lead you into cybersecurity careers, but you won't forget what you had to accomplish today as you innovate in other spaces. Meaning if you become an advanced manufacturer and you're building something, 3D printing, or building an electric car, doing some aspect of a system that's going to do the kind of science that enables farming to happen better, whatever those kind of things, you're going to ask the question, okay, it works today, but what could happen? What's the risk if it didn't work? Who might want it to break? And if they did break it, what else could they do that could be damaging? So congratulations. You are on a team. You've demonstrated competencies that are vital. So I was back to tell you, Google NIST and cybersecurity, look through that stuff. We think we work in careful ways to engage with folks. You may notice as you Google and look around our page, as you surf the NIST pages around cybersecurity, that we put out a lot of publications and we ask for public comment. And a tactic that any professional and student can take is, to get to network and know people, is submit comments that we have to read, and you're telling us how to improve a publication that we hope the publication will help more and more people in our nation address cybersecurity risk, build things the best way they can with security built in from the start. So I want to congratulate the 5-county region of Imperial, San Diego, Orange, Riverside, and San Bernardino counties for putting so many teams into this competition. For you, as the teams that competed in today's final, well done. And congratulations to the San Diego chapter of the National Defense Industrial Association for bringing everybody together to create this opportunity. It's quite a gift for the teams, for the players. Thank your mentors, thank your coaches. They helped you get to a place where good things happened and set you up for good things in the future. Again, congratulations from NIST in Gaithersburg, Maryland. I'm Bill Newhouse, and I'm really pleased to know that you accomplished what you did today.
And thanks, Rick. So teams, what wonderful messages we just heard. Very inspirational. So before we get to the awards, which I know you can't wait for, there are a few other sponsors I'd like to recognize. Our program sponsor, American Systems Corp. They have been a program sponsor for several years, but this year, here again, another unintended consequence of the coronavirus. We have to mail the programs out instead of having them nicely placed in front of our table settings in the dining room, filled with conversations and laughter. Hope you all have them. Then we have a facility sponsor, Palomar College. We had a conflict early on booking with the UCSD facilities this year, and David Meskey with Palomar College came to the rescue and offered us their beautiful facilities in Rancho Penasquitos. But guess what happened? You got it, the coronavirus. But he has offered the facilities to us again next year. Then we have our lunch and photographer sponsor, Lockheed Martin. Well, it's hard for me to believe that we had no pizza for lunch this year, guys. And a photographer, well, how are we going to do that? But you all did receive a restaurant card for lunch, so maybe you did buy a pizza after all. And then we have a DJ sponsor, Cuity. Well, there was no way a DJ was happening. Wow, I'm feeling like this should be called the SoCal Cyber Security Coronavirus Challenge. And one last sponsor is the Wardens for trophies and awards. They have been a sponsor for many, many years. So a big thank you to all our sponsors, and it's because of them we put this event on each year at no cost to the students. And now, for the moments you've been waiting for, Rick, take it away.
Oh, thanks, Lillian. I'm so excited. We're almost to the award ceremony, and I'm the only person standing in everybody's way before we figure out the teams that did awesome and won this year's challenge. I'm often asked what a career in InfoSec looks like. And and it's one of my favorite subjects to talk about. I can only say that it's been an amazing career. I've gotten to meet so many interesting people, whether those are politicians from all over the world, celebrities. You get to meet people who make cars of the future. Like, it's just really amazing, right? So for anybody out there that's thinking about a career in STEM, I highly encourage that behavior. But more importantly, we have 2.5 million jobs that are open in cybersecurity. Like, we need a bigger army. And so part of my job as the mayor of Securityville is to make sure I'm always recruiting. Some of you in the audience may go on to create that next $2 billion security company. I hope that some of the lessons that you've learned during the challenges, see you through those times, especially, and I think I've talked a little bit about this, those key skills that are going to be needed in the future. Things like being able to lead remote teams in a highly effective manner and deliver results. I think one of the things that COVID has highlighted for all of us is the lack of durability built into our systems, our governments, our processes, and our supply chain. So as you consider moving into the future in STEM, consider building durability and resiliency into your solutions. The world needs them now more than ever. It's an interesting time that we live in. Just yesterday, an Israeli cybersecurity firm confirmed that Gilead Pharmaceuticals was attempted to be broken into, and the research and development into COVID testing was attempted to be stolen. This is the reality of where we live today, and it's why we need so many people involved in cybersecurity. We've also moved from the information age to the disinformation age. You will see governments all over the world actively trying to sow disinformation. What do they want to do? Cause chaos and cause us to be separated instead of united on common causes. The dark web economy is a $1 trillion economy according to the World Economic Forum. We have to change the ROI model for cybersecurity. And when you really think about where you are, some of you are moving into high school, some of you high schoolers are moving into college. Some of you may know former teammates and team captains that are now graduating college. But look, let's face it, artificial intelligence is here, robots are here. It's on us to start to look to create that future that's safe from cyber attack and resilient for anything that comes down the line. So with that, we're going to start to introduce our award winners and the teams that have won. I'd like to introduce, and it's my pleasure to introduce Nelson Mazzini. He is a senior cybersecurity engineer, a CCAAS, and mission communications and integration solutions at Centec. Nelson and others at Centec developed the haiku scenarios that you interfaced with and then the coaches used and helped provide technical support during all phases of the challenge. Nelson?
Thank you, Rick. It's really great this year working with all the students and coaches. Wonderful job to you all. It's really my honor on behalf of Syntec Global, Haiku Cyber Range, to congratulate you all, especially the coaches, mentors who stepped up, helped advance our cybersecurity education in our communities. As you've heard from everybody tonight, so critical to our way of life going forward. It was an honor for me and the whole Syntec team to bring this competition to life and work with you. To our participating students, your perseverance to compete in the challenges, both virtual and physical, that you had to overcome for today, are a testament to the bright future ahead. It's my privilege now to announce the third place finisher for the SoCal Cyber Cup in the junior varsity division are the Triton Techs from Eastlake Middle School. Congratulations on a hard-fought game. Really did an excellent job. Great to see my community and Chula Vista represented. And now the third place finishers in the varsity division are the hardcore programming nerds from Eastlake High School. Again, congratulations to them on outstanding performance.
Thanks, Nelson. Good evening, everyone. I'm Chris Simpson, the director of the National University Center for Cybersecurity. And on behalf of National University, I want to give a special thanks to all the coaches and mentors that helped prepare your teams for the competition, and a big shout out for all the competitors. Also, I'd like to give a special thanks to Nelson and his team at Syntec. Building these types of competitions in a robust range is really challenging, and we really appreciate all the work that they put into it. Now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, I'm going to announce the second place teams. So I'm going to start off with the junior varsity team. And the second place for junior varsity team is, dramatic pause, Design 39 middle school team, Cyber Aegis Polaris. So a big congratulations to them. And so now I'm going to move on to the second place high school team. And I want to make this one a little trickier. So they have kind of a very unique name. So before I give the actual name of the school, I'm going to give the long name of their abbreviation. So the long name for their team name is a standard for the transmission of IP datagrams on avian carriers. And so I know the Canyon Crest Academy team is high-fiving each other right now because their team name is RFC 1149, which is a long title that I gave when I announced their second place. So with that said, now I'm going to turn it over to my friend and colleague from National University, Bill Reed, who will announce the first place teams. You, Bill.
Good evening, all. This is Bill Reed. I'm the Academic Program Director for the Bachelor's in Science at National University. I'd like to thank all for participating in this event. Again, it's been successful even through we had to fight through this COVID-19 thing. So now the superstar announcements. First off, I'd like to congratulate from Oak Valley Middle School, Cyber Aegis Alpha, first place in the junior varsity division. Well done. And now I'd like to move on to announce the superstars in the high school division. Again, we have another Super Aegis team. This is the Super Aegis Charm from Del Norte High School. Congratulations.
Oh, Bill, thank you, sir. I'm always excited to give out to the award. You know what I missed this year? This is what I'm missing this year. Where the kids really beat on the tables, right, and set up that big drum. So I'm going to announce the top 8 teams, right? So if we could do that, and I'm in Rancho Penasquitos. Hopefully, I can field that all the way across town. That'd be amazing. We're going to start with our middle school and our awesome JV teams. In 8th place, the MBMS Cyber Warriors. In 7th place, I'm gonna pronounce this the Yuwu My Wobots, which is awesome, and wrote in Leet Speak. So to whoever actually translated Leet Speak for hackers, that's amazing. In 6th, we have Red Panda. In 5th, the Cambridge School. Number 4, we have the Boba Bandits. I'm assuming that's named after the delicious drink and not Boba Fett. Number 3, we have Triton Tech 1. In 2nd place, Cyber Aegis Polaration. And in 1st place, Cyber Aegis Alpha. Congratulations to all our finalist team. It is not an easy field of competition, as you're aware. Moving on to high school, let's start that drum beat again. In 8th place, the Cyber Dogs. In 7th, Patrick Henry, NJROTC. In 6th place, the Terabyte Falcons. In 5th, Cheddar. And formerly the team known as Onyx is the way my notes read, which is pretty awesome. In fourth place, Valencia High School. Coming in at the bronze category, the Hardcore Programming Nerds. In second place, as we've heard from Canyon Crest, right down the road from my house, Team RFC 1149. And in first place, Team Cyber Aegis Charm. And with that, I'm going to kick it over to Lillian so she can talk about some of the things that you won.
All right. Well, that was exciting, but it doesn't end there. There's some other awards. Like the first place high school team, Del Norte, will be visiting with the mayor. Although this year, as Eric Young from the mayor's office mentioned, it may have to be a virtual meeting. And you also get your name, Del Norte, will be engraved on that big Cyber Cup that stays in the mayor's office. And then this next one I think is pretty awesome. Both the first and the second place high school team, Del Norte and Canyon Crest, have been invited to the Sam's Core Net Wars tournament on May 21st and 22nd. And as Ed Scotus said with Sands, he mentioned, and if you win there, you're going to go to the Nationals in DC. So just awesome. And now we have a few special recognitions we'd like to make. This one, Randy Dunn is part of our team who is going to present this award, was not able to be with us tonight, but she provided this statement to share. Over the course of 9 months of planning and preparation, Centec Global has not only delighted us with their scenarios and capabilities, but they have truly shot beyond the moon for the students. I've personally been saved by Nelson many times to count, too many times to count. But I think the words of one of our coaches best summarizes the thankfulness we all have for the determination, flexibility, generosity, and grit of Nelson, Ed, Rodney, Chris, Mark, and the many others at Centec. I could not say it better than Shannon Smith with Sage Creek. Here's what she shared with us. I want to take a minute to say a huge thank you to all of you. As I sat in the kitchen yesterday listening to my son and his team working through the qualification round via Discord, I was impressed and thankful. These students have seen so much of their lives canceled. No school, no sports, no college visits, no SATs, no socializing in person. But your accommodation allowed them to still have something to look forward to and challenge them. We are a new team this year. I am a biology teacher and have no computer science experience, but signed up our team because my son and his friends from computer science class were interested. My team learned a lot. They enjoyed the challenge, they struggled to work together on Discord, and learned some new things about good communication. And I watched my 8th grader observe with interest and sign up for Intro to Computer Science in his freshman year. So I am grateful for all your hard work. This really was a bright spot in a time of uncertainty for these students. Thanks for everything. Shannon, thanks for those amazing words. And most of all, thank you to Eric Basu, who continues to support and champion this challenge. So we have Nelson Mozzini here to accept the award for Centec. Nelson? Would you like to, I know this is a surprise, but would you like to give us some feedback?
Yes, Lillian, thank you. Honored, thank you to Randy, all of her hard work, organizing, communicating with all the coaches. You know, when this, I used to be a mentor with these, when it was the San Diego Cyber Cup. Now that it's, you know, the SoCal, we had so many teams. She did a great job. From the entire team at Centec, it was our pleasure and honor to support this event. You know, we look forward to inspiring that next generation of professionals in any of the STEM fields, and especially cybersecurity, because we touch everything, and we're in everything. And so very excited, and it's my privilege and a humble honor to accept.
Well, thank you, Nelson. And your group does an excellent job at everything. So thank you. And now I'd like to honor National University's partnership and dedication for the many, many years of their support to the SoCal Cyber Cup. Both Chris Simpson and Bill Reed support this event by organizing and training mentors to help the new teams that need the support. They ask their graduate students to create scenarios for the challenge, and they work closely with Centec to implement these scenarios. Each year, except this year, of course, they set up over 120 laptops, connections, configure applications, and OSs before the finals, and then they break it all down. They recruit and organize and lead what we call the green team. These individuals facilitate communications to the white team during the finals. Not only does National University bring this creative and technical skills to our partnership, this year, they facilitated a major grant submission for us. And if the grant's awarded, this will ensure the longevity of the funding for this event and to continue expanding in gap areas. So thank you, Chris and Bill and National University. And now we have Chris Simpson here to accept the award.
Thanks, Lillian, and everybody else. And on behalf of National University, we really enjoy being part of this competition. It's one of the highlights of the year. We really enjoy working with Nelson and the team at Centec, and Lillian and the NDIA team, and Randy. It's been a lot of fun each year, and hopefully next year will even be bigger and better if we get that grant. Thanks a lot.
Well, thank you, Chris, and it's a joy to work with you and Bill. So this next special award is for Duke Ayers. Duke is now with C3 Networks, but over 10 years ago, he worked for SAIC. And back then, he saw something important that was needed. It was Duke's idea and vision in using the SAIC system to teach his kids about cybersecurity. So Duke is actually the brainchild of the Cyber Cup Challenge. Duke, we thank you and are thrilled to have you back this year as a sponsor. Please accept this award and our indebted thanks for your vision.
Lillian, thank you so much, and that is a great surprise. Thank you. C3 Networks is very pleased to be a sponsor, and we plan on being a sponsor in the future. What started in San Diego as the Mayor's Cyber Cup almost 10 years ago has evolved into Southern California Cyber Game. It's refreshing to see the level of competition that is going on today. An important art of the cyber defense is critical to our national interest. It's also, for you individually, students, a great skill set for the workforce. I'd like to congratulate you on the hard work and making this a big success. And thank you to NDIA team who puts this all together so beautifully. Congratulations.
Well, thank you, Duke, and congratulations to you. Next, we have Terry McKerney. Terry is the past president of NDIA San Diego chapter. He was right there with Duke when this event started over 10 years ago and was leading the challenge as the NDIA STEM chair for many years before he turned the ropes over to me. Terry provided that grassroots support to Duke from the NDIA side to turn this into an event that our communities take interest in and support. Terry, we thank you and want to present you with this well-deserved award for community contributions of excellence.
Well, thank you for recognizing me, Lillian, but the people who we want to really recognize tonight are the students, and I guess it's appropriate on the eve of Mother's Day to also recognize their parents and the sacrifices they put in to allow the kids and the teams to do that. This year, as we've all said, It's taken some special fortitude and drive to continue with this competition. And while the kids and the teams and their coaches could have very easily just let this slide as just another casualty of the COVID thing, I really appreciate the spirit and the determination to carry this competition on as it's been done. I also want to recognize Duke again. Duke was the guy with the vision to start this so many years ago. Duke, you were the guy who created all this, and where it's come today, it started with your vision and that first step that you took and that commitment that you made. Lillian and your team, Chris, Bill, you folks, and Rick, thank you so much for what you've done. And Nelson, without the contribution of Syntec, we would not be able to do this and to do it with the ability to provide the scholarships and so forth that we do. So finally, I have to give a final shout out here to the two East Lakes teams that came in third, East Lake Middle and East Lake High. My wife, Gloria, who usually attends this wrap-up event with me, was the principal of Olympic View Elementary School for many years. So I'm sure most of you kids were her students at one point, and she's going to be particularly happy to see how you've done. I also give a special shout out to Del Norte. I think they've got their names on that Mayor's Cup trophy probably more than anybody, but it's good to be able to put that name on there again. So thank you so much for participating in this tonight. Again, a special recognition and thanks for all the special effort that it took to get this thing done this year and to continue the tradition. And really, I appreciate that this has been different. Didn't have all the fun, didn't have all the pizza and the pasta that we usually do, but we will recognize the winners with the scholarships that our sponsors have so generously donated. And thank you, Greg, Lillian and team for my recognition too.
You're welcome, Terry. So we have another special person to recognize. And as I mentioned, Randy was not able to join us tonight because she's in the middle of moving to Champaign, Illinois. But I hope she's listening. Randy joined us just this year as an NDIA volunteer. And what an incredible volunteer she is. Her first contribution was a complete redesign of the branding. Wow. And she created all the messaging pieces to go along with that. She also organized the organizer team, keeping us on task in meetings and getting our action items in. And I know every coach and probably parent and student out there all know Randy. Why? Because she organized all of them too. And that is no small feat, I'm sure. And the coaches can attest to that. When coronavirus hit and the new arrangements had to be made, Randy made sure all the communications got to everyone and that everyone followed through on them. Randy brought so much to our team, and we appreciate everything she has done. So I only wish she was here with us to accept this award for a significant community contribution and excellence. Thank you, Randy. And now we have one more, an incredible person to recognize, Liz Frauman, who is with SynEd Cyber Guild. Liz also could not be with us tonight because she is celebrating a big number wedding anniversary that her daughter arranged for her and her husband, Roger. Liz is also a longtime supporter of this Cyber Cup challenge, and most all of you know Liz. Liz brought creativity to this event over the years, each year coming up with ideas to make it better and how to expand it to reach more and more kids. This is the first year Liz is not involved directly with the event, but that doesn't stop her. She's still there in the background with her great ideas and support. She was one of our major sponsors this year. She provided great connections like to Build Newhouse with NICE and to the Digital Impact video production company that helped us bring this event to you virtually. And when I hear the word energy, I think of Liz. I bet those who know her do too. And although she's not with the SoCal Cyber Cup, she is still organizing other wonderful cybersecurity events. So Liz, we present this award to you tonight for your outstanding community contribution and excellence. Liz did provide a statement, which I'll read now. To my San Diego family, each and every one of you are so very special to me. I have watched many of you grow into young men and women before us. As most anyone can tell you, I have been on a mission for 12 years now to help find young men and women who are willing to give up free time to learn how to protect the very core of our nation via cyber. Cyber is interwoven into everything in our lives every day. If we look around this virtual room, it becomes even more pronounced and poignant. Each and every one of you are a winner. Never forget that. You are our change agents, our cyber warriors, our future leaders. Don your armor and learn all you can that is put before you with this passion and perseverance. Congratulations to you, your coaches and your parents. Lillian, Chris, Rick, a special thank you for carrying the torch forward. Thank you all for allowing me to be part of your life. Hugs, Liz. So that was nicely said, Liz, and congratulations to all the special awardees tonight. And I'll pass it over to Rick.
Excellent. Yeah, I know personally I miss Liz. I mean, I don't think most of us would be involved in this event if it wasn't for her actively recruiting in the community, right? And so thanks to everybody. It does take a village, and we have a great one. But now, one of my favorite things I get to do on this remote session is act a little bit like a reporter. But we're going to go live to our middle school team first place captain, Adit Gupta from Cyber Aegis Alpha. Hey, how's it feel to be champion?
It's pretty good, yeah. I'm very happy that I got to compete today, even with coronavirus.
Yeah, so do you have like a tip, for anybody out there? Like, what was one of the things that you think the team did well?
Communication. All of us communicated very well, even with online calling, and we didn't get to be with each other, but we communicated well, and that's how we were able to get more challenges together.
What, harder or easier given everything had to be facilitated from home and remote this year over last year?
I feel like it was the same because it was coordinated very well, and it felt like we were there.
I love that. And then, do you have any plans? You going to Disneyland when it opens back up? Like, what's your sort of? Yeah.
I hope it opens up so I can at least go somewhere.
Yeah, I agree. I would like to go somewhere too. We're all, we're all in the same boat, right? So, hey, I just wanted to say huge congratulations, and then open it up for you. So, any words of wisdom to any other teams or team captains or parents?
Keep working hard. Just keep working hard, and that's what our team did, and maybe their team could win too next year.
It's the best advice. Keep working hard, try harder. That's actually the motto for offensive security. So a company that trains people to do penetration testing and red teaming. And when you fail the test, they just say try harder. So I couldn't agree with you. Thanks for making some time for us, and congratulations again. It's amazing.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, I think we're going to transition over to our high school team captain and champion. Do we have that live feed? Awesome. This is the portion of the show where I get to buy a little extra time. And what we're going to do is we're going to go back to Adit. So a couple other questions while we're waiting for the other team captain. How many people were on your team?
A total of 8 people.
Awesome. And then was it pretty diverse? You had a mix of boys and girls?
Yeah, so 6 boys, 2 girls. They all contributed well. We all contributed.
Yeah, and so like, talk to me a little bit about like how you broke the challenges down and approached them from a team perspective.
Basically, one person would say they would be working on one, and if they needed help, they would talk to the team, and then we would give our input. And if they were able to get it, that would be good. And then if he or she wasn't able to, then she would ask someone else, and then it would keep going on.
Yeah, and so you sort of handled sort of the communications and coordination of the tasking, and then asking people for regular updates, and then good on the team for asking for help. I mean, I think that's a skill more adults could use. Certainly, I know when I get stuck on things, I just beat my head against it until it starts to work. But I rely on good friends for that information all the time. So, all right, we're gonna cut over to Joshua from our first place high school team, and that is Cyber Aegis Charm.
Hello.
With a lot of points. Joshua, your team, I'm not going to reveal the points, But sir, those points are pretty good. How you doing?
I'm not sure to answer that question.
No, I mean more to the point of it seems like not only you guys did well, but you finished well in front of I think the second place team, right? So what were sort of your keys to success there?
Divide and conquer. So I forget which category. I think it was category 1. We'd send like 3 people to work on those challenges, and whatever they missed, everyone else would cover. And we didn't expect the range to be down in the beginning, so we just tried to solve as many challenges as we could while you guys were troubleshooting.
Yeah, and that's life in InfoSec too, by the way. Things go down, you don't have the data you need, and you got to tuck and roll and keep moving. What do you think were some of the harder challenges this year? Like, what are some of the things the team was really challenged by?
Sometimes we read the questions and we were totally lost. So it was really just, let's look around, see if we can dig anything out from the machines.
Awesome. And do you have big plans for, because this year we couldn't do dinner. So I think, there'll be restaurant cards going on. You got any big plans?
No, nothing big. Stay home, continue working.
Just stay home, maybe do some Minecraft.
No.
Is there any tips that you have for the teams out there moving into next year? Like, are there areas that you think teams could be better prepared for?
Not really. I'd just say be self-motivated. If your parents are forcing you, that's not very helpful. You have to have interest in the subject.
Yes, that won't last long. If you're not very passionate about InfoSec, you'll really find that like you're just like, I don't want to do it unless you're motivated and super passionate. I mean, are you considering a career in information security?
I'm very sure I want to pursue information security as my career.
Awesome. And you're going to do that from the development side? Like, are you going to go be a threat hunter and do incident response? Like, what are you thinking about doing?
I have not decided on that yet.
Awesome. Well, if I could convince you to move into the threat hunting and incident response side and find an adversaries, let me know. Any other words of advice for any of the teams or folks watching at home?
No, I think that'll be all.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Joshua. Thank you, everybody. Thank you to all the team captains. Special shout out to the mentors, to the coaches. I think lots of times people forget the Army behind really empowering the kids, right? And so the coaches are teachers that have other jobs that have really picked this up, and so we appreciate them. I'd like to talk about a couple of other upcoming events. So we'll actually be putting on our conference. So VMware Carbon Black is putting on a conference next week. It is free to anybody who wants to attend. If you need the link, hit me up on Twitter at InfoSecRick, and I will get that out to you. That's the 13th and 14th. We have some really great panels, a lot of information security knowledge being passed around. Also wanted to talk about the CCIC, California Cyber Initiative, which is at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, and that's in October. There's been a lot of events that have sort of been pushed off from the summer months to the end of the year, so look for those. And then finally, the California Cyber Cup, which actually brings the whole state together in another competition, and then Cyber Patriot, all of these other areas. So look, for anybody out there that is interested in helping out, that is interested in mentoring, please get a hold of us. We're pretty easy to find. And on behalf of NDIA, all of our sponsors, myself, the students, the faculty, the teachers, we thank everyone because, again, it does take a village, and we thank you for your support. And with that, we will end this year's SoCal Cyber Cup award ceremony.
This tension is rising so thick we just might choke. But if we keep moving, it ain't us that's gonna wind up broke. Some people might think we're crazy, but crazy is all we've known. just ain't ready. That's why they're going up in smoke. We're giving this all we've got. We're taking our only shot. On a tightrope, we're surviving. Yeah. Trying to make it to a new horizon. This moment feels so cutthroat. So cutthroat. So the stakes get so